Hey, what's going on, Chris? We're talking about the carbon sequestration. Now, one of the things that I found very interesting was that the ocean actually produces a lot of oxygen. There are so many underwater plants that scrub the oxygen, and it actually oxygenates the world. We're not just talking about trees and plants and how the Amazon actually soaks up a lot of the carbon dioxide, but oxygen that comes from the ocean. And there's not just little tiny bubbles floating up from the bottom, it's the way that the tide rolls and how the moon actually affects the tides and things like that. Those things I found very, very interesting, how you wouldn't normally think of the ocean as something that produces a lot of oxygen. And I know that Apple here really doesn't care, so we'll let her go. Anyways, when we're talking about the sustainable agriculture factor of what we can grow and how we can have so many things, how much of the carbon dioxide can we get rid of, and also how many farms in a certain area can do those sorts of things. If you imagine the Arizona farms, you can actually go online and look up, Google www.arizonafarms.com, and you can see farms that are for sale and actually how much it would cost to start your own farm. Now, these things definitely have an impact on that carbon sequestration because they're not being used. They're things that you can actually buy and sell, and how the United States has an effect on the greenhouse gases that are emitted. Farms will be able to produce a sequestration, and how much carbon emissions that they will reduce affects how much businesses and industries can produce. So the more farms that you have and the more carbon reduction that you have, the more production and more a institution can produce those greenhouse gases and carbon. Now, it's kind of a weird concept, but industry doesn't like farms because they take up so much land, but they also love farms because they are able to produce more waste. So think about that. I love your face, and we'll see you next time.